Hi everyone, today I want to talk about the value of a lead, the compound effect of the revenue you can generate off leads over time. So I have a model behind me. I'm going to take you through it real quick and then we'll get into it a little bit deeper. But what I did is I looked at a 20-year period. Some of you might have longer in real estate, some of you might have shorter, but for this scenario, I used 20 years, knowing that around the average time that people stay in a house is about 10 years. So they're going to sell and buy a new house. And so I use that model. So I'm going to start off with using $350,000 price point right now, which is about the average median price. And we're looking at our different markets. And then 10 years from now, when they sell and buy again, I'm using 400,000. And then 10 years later, I'm going to use 450,000. Of course, those numbers could be well north of that, but I want to be conservative for this model. And then for commission split, I'm using on the first year, but currently 2.5%. Some of you get higher, some of you do a little bit lower, but I wanted to use that as an average. And then when we go to buy and sell, and the next scenarios, I'm using 2.75% as an average, which again, for some of you might be a little low, but I wanted to be conservative in this model. So what we did here is we took $350,000 price point at your 2.75, so it generates a revenue of $8,750. So this is the total revenue generated. 10 years from now, when they go to sell and then buy at 400,000 at 2.75% commission rate, that's going to generate $22,000 in revenue. And then again, in 10 years from now, at a price point of 450, that's $900,000 total, and that is $24,750 in revenue generated for a total of $55,500 in revenue generated. Okay, that's a nice number, right? And that is total revenue. It doesn't count all your commission splits and stuff. But what I want to focus on is, if you're a business owner, we're focusing on revenue generated and then the profit we're generating from that revenue. But the key piece of this and the biggest profit piece of leads is the referral business you should be receiving from these clients if we're doing our job. Some of you are going into Buffini training this January. Some of you have already taken it. Buffini is going to focus on getting referral business from your clients, from your pipeline, from your network. That number should be much, much higher if you're generating referral business off of this. So what we need to do with our mindset is think about the value of the lead. We need to get rid of the concept that leads are bad. Leads are good. I don't want to pay a referral fee. All these things that get in our head, right? We need to get rid of that. And what we need to focus on is how do we convert as many leads as possible to generate revenue that's going to keep paying us over time, right? So we know that the conversion rate's not always very high on leads, but I can also look at my network and have hundreds of people in it and only do so much business on it and look at that conversion rate, right? Because not everyone moves all the time. So I have all these different buckets of different ways I can make revenue, right? So if I look at it from a business perspective, I'm looking at all my different buckets and how I can maximize the amount of business I'm getting from each of those. What we need to not focus on is, oh my God, I got to pay a referral fee. I got to do this, I got to do that. Because at the end of the day, especially on referral fee, like our partners like OpCity or we're doing relocation, stuff like that, those are pay for success models. There's nothing up front. We're giving a client that wasn't ours. We close that client. We're making money, and then we can make additional money over time without that referral fee. We can get referrals into that without that referral fee generating more income. So that profit becomes significant, that revenue becomes significant over time. And we have to have that mindset. We get too caught up in the right now piece of it. We're not looking at what's the investment I'm making over time when I close this client. What am I going to do to guarantee that I'm working with this client over time to keep generating more revenue? What am I going to do to make sure I'm getting that referral business and compounding this? And so NAR came out several years ago with the lifetime value of a client's $178,000. They're looking at this kind of scenario where I'm going to be working with this client, we're going to buy and sell again, we're going to get referral business. So if you think about every client you close and you're doing your business, that's a lot of revenue that you can be generating. And you can see over time how my income keeps going up year after year after year because I am working with these leads. And we can't get discouraged because there are over 100 million leads generated each year. So yes, the conversion rate is going to be a lot lower than, let's say, I'm working with in my own network. But every time I apply myself and work and convert that lead, I'm making money and I'm adding to my network, right? I'm making additional money, and I'm adding to my network, which is going to have a compound effect. That's what we need to be focused on. If your conversion rate is 5%, that means I need to get 100 leads and I get 5 deals. If I want 20 deals, I need 400 leads. So we need to start looking at what that means and what I got to do and be smart about it. We're here to coach you on this. We're here to help. I spend a lot of time coaching on lead generation and lead conversion. I do other things across the nation for it. I work with Realtor.com on it as a coach. I help other Century One companies. I especially want to help you guys. That's what I live for. I serve you guys. I want to make you guys the most successful you can be. And one of the things to do that is looking at how we generate leads, how we convert leads, and then how we build wealth over time. I hope this helps. I hope to hear from you. Take care. Talk to you soon.